So it's that time of the year again. We are slowly recovering from Christmas and have yet another long year staring us right in the face. So let's take a look back and see how kind 2017 was to us. I can't say it was the greatest years for game of all time. In fact, I struggled to come up with most of these entries and really would have preferred a top 5. But I guess for everything that was mediocre this year, there was something truly stunning. So let's kick off Rational Gamer's top 10 of 2017. Number 10. Observer. Starting off at number 10, we have Observer, an unusual choice for me because I don't particularly like horror games. Then again, Observer is steeped in a cyberpunk mystery that organically builds tension and relies less on jump scares than genuinely unsettling set pieces that make you feel completely out of place. I mean, like you shouldn't even be there in the first place. At its heart, Observer is a sci-fi mystery that I enjoyed way more than I thought I would. Number 9. The Fractured Butthole. So I can't say I've properly watched South Park in quite a long time now. Maybe I've just outgrown it, or maybe it's actually become stale. But what I have caught hasn't had nearly the charm of the earlier seasons. Then comes along the stick of truth that seemed to re-energise the franchise, falling back on the history we have of the show, but exploring new avenues opened up by the very fact it's a video game. And I am very happy to say that its sequel, The Fractured Butthole, lives up to its predecessor, and actively builds on the foundation, making it not just a fun extended episode of a show, but a well-built and engaging video game to boot. Number 8. Resident Evil 7. Another surprise entry now in the form of Resident Evil 7. Unlike Observer that was carried on its interesting setting and deep story, Resident Evil 7 is straight up a horror gore fest. But then it manages to instill such dread and terror so effectively I can't not appreciate how it was made. Although it falls back into the typical Resident Evil trappings at times, the game is a welcome departure from its slew of predecessors, and showed that the franchise can still be king of the survival horror genre when it tries. And you know what? The story isn't actually half bad when it comes down to it anyway. Number 7. Wolfenstein The New Colossus. Wolfenstein The New Order blew everyone away with its insanely fun gunplay, great character development and engaging story. And although it doesn't exactly build on the formula, Wolfenstein The New Colossus manages to bring back everything we loved about The New Order and mix it up just enough so it doesn't get stale. I wouldn't recommend an iterative nature going forward with Wolfenstein, but for now at least, more of the same is very welcome. Number 6. Cuphead. And now for something completely different. Cuphead is one of those passion projects that no publisher would ever entertain the idea of. A super hard side-scroller based around a pair of brothers with cups for heads produced in the style of classic 1960s cartoons. Sounds like madness, but say what you want, it's a solidly made game that dares to keep you playing with its cartoony, if slightly nightmare-inducing character design, only endearing itself to you as the game goes on. If you want a game that you will rage quit but end up looking back on fondly, like platformers from your childhood, then you really can't go wrong with Cuphead. Number 5. Little Nightmares. Speaking of nightmare-inducing, we come to the midpoint of our list with Little Nightmares. Another indie-developed gem, Little Nightmares has such a fantastic atmosphere and intrigue and mystery that you won't be able to stop playing. A solidly built side-scroller with great puzzles, tense encounters, and an unusual style that more games these days need. Number 4. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Zelda is one of Nintendo's staples that seems to be pulled out whenever the money printer gets jammed, along with Mario and arguably Metroid. Breath of the Wild though seems to have had some serious thought and effort put into it though, breaking from the style of other Zelda games with an open world that can be explored at leisure and a non-linear story that doesn't really have a main quest path at all. Not only is the game innovative for Zelda, but for all open world games, and I would love to see the next Elder Scrolls take this sort of approach. Number 3. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. While I appreciate this game may not be for everybody, with a pacing relatively slow and the subject matter heavy to say the very least, I definitely think it's a game that deserves recognition. It explores difficult topics in a truly unique and organic way, and doesn't flinch away from the difficulties of the protagonist. It is something that really needs to be experienced to get the most out of it, and I would truly recommend it for anyone that wants an unforgettable gaming experience. Number 2, Prey. In our penultimate place is a game that I was psyched for the longest time, and it did not disappoint. In Prey, you are trapped aboard an alien-infested space station, desperately trying to get to freedom, but not everything is as it seems. I did not find Prey a particularly easy game. At times it almost felt like a survival horror, but I'll be damned if it wasn't one of the most well-crafted, intense and engrossing experiences that I've ever had. This was genuinely my game of the year for most of the year, until I played our number 1 game of 2017, which is Horizon Zero Dawn. How could it be anything else? My time with Prey was exciting and entertaining, but I don't think I'm understating the fact when I say that I am in love with Horizon. The world is truly one of the most detailed and beautiful I have ever seen in gaming. The characters feel like genuine people, the unique mystery the environment holds are tantalizing, and the compelling story really does not disappoint in any way. After hearing about this game, not really paying too much attention to its advertising, and failing to be able to play it at EGX, I finally picked it up just to see what it was all about, and I honestly haven't been hooked on a game so quickly in a very long time. Furthermore, the recently released DLC feels like an old style expansion pack and completely lives up to the main game. Not to mention its gorgeous snow effects that baffle me as to how the PS4 hardware is able to accomplish such a feat. Horizon Zero Dawn is leagues beyond anything else this year, and is able to spark life back into the flinty heart of gamers wearied by the slew of iterations and loot boxes this year has otherwise offered. You are really doing yourself a disservice not to play it. So there you have it. 9 decent to very good games, and one that I literally cannot stop gushing about. Now I guess it's time to move on and look forward to 2018, a year promising such anticipated entries as The Last of Us 2 and Spider-Man, but more iterations like Far Cry 5. Then again, we could all be surprised by yet another unknown contender. All we can really do is wait and see. For now though, we hope you keep gaming and wish you all a very happy new year.